So, good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are back again. This time, we're going to talk about the absolute GOAT of football, the best player ever to have played the game, in my opinion. We're going to talk about Leo Messi and the amount of opportunities this guy has to move club, stay at club, go back into Saudi Arabia and join Ronaldo, or stay in Europe, maybe even back to Barcelona. Fabrizio Romano has provided an update. Let me show the screen on this, actually. Big up to everybody inside, man. Make sure you are smashing the like buttons and share buttons. That'd be fantastic. Nearly on 10K as well. Less than 700 from 10K. So if you haven't subbed to the channel yet, then make sure you do. And this channel is flying at the minute. So thank you very much to every one of you that has done that. But Leo wants to continue in Europe, at least until the Copa America in 2024, obviously next year. Al Halal proposal is more than 400 million. That's per year, by the way. This on his Insta is slightly worded differently. He actually puts next to it a year. So 400 million. Imagine getting paid that much money to kick a football around. I mean, listen, I know he's an unbelievable footballer, but are these players really worth this much money? It's kind of mad. Xavi called into Leo while Barca wait on FFP to submit a bid. PSG offered the same salary as this year, but no green light. Now, listen, if I'm Leo Messi, I'm leaving PSG. I'm not even ramping with her. I would be leaving. They were jeering him. They were whistling him the other day. They've booed him at times since he's been there. And listen, I've seen stats that he's given the ball away joint fourth most amount of times in the league this season and yada, yada, yada. Listen, the fact and reality is this is one of the most gifted footballers you will ever witness in your whole lifetime, if not the most gifted. For me, he is, but other people will have different opinions on that. Other people will think Maradona. Other people will think Ronaldo for whatever reason. Other people will think Ronaldinho, etc. We could list off loads of names. But the fact and reality is this guy is still a top player, regardless of whether it's not really going to plan in PSG. He was obviously signed to help elevate their Champions League campaign. And since he's been there, they've been knocked out in the round of 16, 2 years running. So it's not really gone well. They've been losing more than they should as well in the league. They lost again at the weekend, hence why he was getting whistled and jeered, because he gave the ball away 26 times. I remember going to a game, I think it was Crystal Palace away. I think it was Alexis Sanchez's last game for Arsenal. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was. And the geezer behind me was counting how many times Alexis gave the ball away. Like, what is this new fad of, oh, but he gave the ball? Of course he's going to give the ball away. Do you know why? Because he tries to take players on. If you don't try and take players on and keep it simple passes, you'll have a high pass completion rate. If you actually try and get the ball and try and dribble past 2, 3, 4 players, which, let's be real, this guy has the ability to do. We've seen it millions of times. Then of course you're going to lose the ball more than somebody that's just passing sideways and backwards, or even 5-yard forward passes. Like, I rate PSG fans to an extent that they do see every loss as a disaster, and that's how it should be. Yeah, the aim of elite sport is to win. And when you're spending that kind of dough on players, you should expect to win every single game. Every single game. No holds barred, every single game. Same with Real Madrid. Real Madrid should be expecting to win every single game. And I rate that. At the same time, you have to appreciate this is one of the best players you'll ever see play for your football club, if not the best. Yes, I know they've got Neymar there, they've got Mbappe and all of this and that, whatever, cool. But they're still going to win the league. And I know that should be a given anyway. And I understand that they're a little bit upset that they've been knocked out of a cup. They've been knocked out of the Champions League as well. So it's not been a great season for them. But listen, let's be real. They've got the manager in there that's not going to be there much longer. And there's a lot of managers floating around this summer. Ancelotti is one of them. Conte is another. Simeone is another. Nagelsmann's available already. So there is a lot of managers. Pochettino, obviously, he's already been there as well. But there is a lot of managers floating around. Zidane's another one. And there's a lot of managers that have won quite a lot in football between them. Yeah, so listen, PSG will be all right. They'll go again next season with or without Leo Messi. But for me personally, if I'm Messi, I'm saying, yo, get me out of here. Get me out of here. There's too many egos at that football club. Neymar, Mbappe. We've seen since Messi's been there, trying to take penalties off of everyone. Mbappe Like, give me the ball, nudging name, like, no, Messi out the way, no. Like, listen, Mbappe lit up the World Cup, and that final was insane. And fair play, because do you know what? He went way up in my estimations after that World Cup final. And for me, he is going to be their star man. They are going to keep him. I don't believe he's going to leave in the summer, Mbappe. But Neymar's not exactly ripping it up like he was when he first got there. I know he's had a lot of injuries as well along the way. But when you've got all three of them, they're all trying to be the superstar. It's not as fluid as it was with MSN at Barcelona, where it was all in tandem. They were all superstars, but they no real ego issues. Just straight played decent football. Whereas I see at PSG, there is a lot of ego in that club. You know, you've even got other players along the way. Sergio Ramos is another one as well. But there is a lot of players at that football club which you could imagine are hard work to deal with as a manager. They're hard work to manage. They're hard work to give instructions to, especially when you're a manager that's not highly regarded. Yeah, they're probably just sitting there going, yeah, what do you know, mate? Yeah, and just go out and do whatever they want anyway. If I'm Messi, obviously the dream move would probably be go back to Barcelona, come back the hero again and do it again. And they adore him. He is God at Barcelona. But I'm not so sure Barcelona, even if Messi took a ridiculously tiny wage, I'm still not convinced that they can afford to buy him, if I'm honest. Like, it's gonna cost quite a lot of money. I know he's out of contract, but it's still going to cost a lot of money in wages. Even if he takes a ridiculously low salary, it's still going to cost money. Still going to cost them a lot of money. We've seen that they're going to walk the lead. We can see that they're going to win the title, but at the same time, they're struggling to register players again for next year. FFP's on their case. They've got a court case apparently outstanding about paying a ref and all of this going back to 2009 or whatever it was. There's a lot of grey clouds over that football club right now. Obviously, when you think of Leo Messi, you think of Barcelona. That's it. Yeah, you think of number 10, Barcelona. I'm not so sure that it would be wise for him to go back there. I'm really not. Like, listen, he could go anywhere in the world. Every single football club on the planet would take Leo Messi. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. And listen, he don't need the money. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in Saudi. But if I was a betting man, I think he'll stay at PSG. And I know that sounds stupid after everything I've just said. But if I'm Leo Messi, I'm leaving and I'm probably going to go Saudi. Just take the money, go and ruin Ronaldo again, go and stat pad and boost your goals up over there, mate. Have a nice retirement, job done. But I do think he probably wants Barcelona, but I somehow think he's going to end up staying at PSG for another year, which, listen, it's up to him. It's his career. He knows his career better than anyone, doesn't he? And at the end of the day, he's still got a few years left in him. You never know. We might even see him at another World Cup at 39 years old. Who knows? Who knows? Ibrahimovic is still going. Yeah, he's still going, and he's 40 years old. So there's still life in the old dog yet. And it's going to be interesting to see how this unravels, because obviously in the summer, a couple of months from now, he is totally out of contract with PSG. There is only a handful of clubs on the whole planet that can afford to buy Leo Messi. Well, I say buy, pay for his wages, because he is going to be a free signing. But you're still going to give him a signing on fee. You're still going to give him massive rights for commercial and stuff like that, image rights. You're still going to have to pay him a lot of money every week. Even if he takes a huge pay cut, he's still going to be probably one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid players at the club. I mean, reportedly, he's earning over £1 million a week all in. So with his endorsements and stuff like that, I mean, fair play to him. Fair play to the geezer. Yeah, he's obviously deserving of the money. But at the same time, to pay someone 400 million a year, I mean, I'd love to have Saudi Arabian money. I can't lie. Maybe I should move to Saudi. Maybe that's what I should do. I should get out of Spain, move to Saudi, first class flight to Saudi, and find out what it is they do over there to make themselves mega rich and then join the bandwagon. But I'd love to know what your thoughts and feelings are on all of this. Where do you think he's going to end up? Because it's been very interesting, and I've seen his whole career. I remember his debut. Yeah, I remember his debut. Like, that's how old I am. And I've seen this guy's whole career and just seen him get better and better and better. And some of the records he's broken are just ridiculous. I'm so gassed that he won the World Cup. Yeah, fully deserved to end up with a World Cup on his CV as well, because there was a lot of talk about Oh, but he can't be considered a great if he ain't won a World Cup. I don't know which idiot started that, by the way, but Johan Cruyff never won one. Eusebio's never won one. Ronaldo's never won one. There's a lot of top players that have never won a World Cup. George Best never won a World Cup. I don't even think his team even qualified for a World Cup, did they? So there's a lot of players out there that have never won a World Cup. I didn't personally think that winning a World Cup cements your GOAT status. For me, he's the best player I've ever seen. And I'm 41 in June. He's the best player I've ever seen. We are never going to see another Leo Messi ever again. Not in my lifetime, anyway. But I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings on Messi. Is he your GOAT? Leave that in the comment section. Is he your GOAT? If not, who is? Because for me, there's never been a more talented footballer, and he just makes everything look easy. His passing, the weight of pass, the free kicks, the dribbling ability is just a joke. The way he can just instantly stop. Like, the guy is just an absolute joke. Right, chip goals. Like I said, free kick goals. The one against Liverpool was amazing, unbelievable. Right, turns up in big game after big game after big game. Yeah, literally single-handedly wins games. You know, dribbles around 7-8 players. Like the goal against Getafe. Oh my days, the Maradona goal. That was sick. I love this guy, man. I absolutely enjoyed watching every single minute of this guy's career. And like I said, we ain't going to ever find another player like him, that's for sure. But where do you think he should end up? Do you think Barca can get him? Do you think he'll go Saudi? Or do you think he'll just stay at PSG? In fact, let's throw a spanner in the works. If Man United get taken over by Qataris, could he end up at United? Just putting it out there. Anyway, love to know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on that. All have a blessed day. I'll be back again tomorrow. May do a video about Donald Trump tomorrow because he's in the news. I was thinking of doing that today, but I thought, no, let me talk about the Messi news first. So maybe tomorrow it'll be a Donald Trump story. But listen, all have a wonderful afternoon, whatever it is you're doing. And we out of here, people. Adios, amigo. Ciao.